Hey, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome in general. Okay, so before we get started, show your boys some love, like and subscribe, and hit that notification button so you will be notified when there is a new video. Okay, so today's video is about Angela Staton and her whole LGBTQ rant. I'll let you guys check it out for yourselves, then I'll come back with my thoughts and opinions about what she was saying. Here goes.
So, right here, decriminalize HIV exposure and transmission laws. Now, Black America, I need y'all to pay attention to this for a minute, because we know that people with the highest number of AIDS just happen to be gay. Not only are they gay males, but they are Black gay males. This is statistically proven. So now what Kamala Harris is saying they're going to do, they said that they're going to decriminalize HIV exposure and transmission laws. Now, this is the issue that I have. If you are going to protect our children having a right to participate in the LGBTQ lifestyle, because this is what it's all about, why are you not going to protect their right to remain healthy? Why would you tell them, hey, go live this sexual lifestyle, whatever, and then what we're going to turn around and do is decriminalize somebody knowingly giving you HIV? Black community, wake up. This is another trap. You understand where I'm coming from? They go, but hold on. I know y'all ready to come on. Let me just go to these other two things and I'm going to let y'all have it. Ban so-called conversion therapy. Now, you guys know I just got my degree in psychology. Now, this says hundreds of thousands of LGBT plus individuals, and this is still up under the children, during their lifetime, which Biden knows is deeply harmful, highly unscientific, and often leads to trauma. Now, conversion therapy is you take your child into a psychologist, and that psychologist tells your child, who may be a male and thinking that he is a girl, that he's not a male, that he's not a girl, that he's actually a male. Conversion therapy is also praying for that child and trying to rebuke, whatever spirit is up out of them, or taking them to church and people telling them, that type of lifestyle is harmful to them. That's what conversion therapy is. So now they want to overturn parents, preachers, and psychologists being able to help diffuse the confusion that's going on in the mind of a child. Now listen to this. Restore federal funding for Planned Parenthood. Now, what the hell Planned Parenthood got to do with LGBTQ plus youth? Why is this on this page up under this section? We know what Planned Parenthood is about. So not only this is all about depopulation, this is all about making sure we don't reproduce. Not only do they want you, because two men can't have a baby and neither can two women. And 9 times out of 10, if you sexually transition and you are in every aspect of the way making yourself sterile, and you won't be able to have children. Now up under LGBTQ youth, they say they want to restore federal funding for Planned Parenthood. I'm talking about Trump pulled the bag because he said, wait a minute, if y'all want to kill babies, that's on y'all. Why do we have to pay for it? So what I'm saying is, how are we supporting a presidential candidate or a presidential vice candidate that are all about harming, right, our children? Now, I want you to go ahead, young Pharaoh, you can get started. I got another thing I want to go into while I'm looking for it, but go ahead and give your thoughts on some of these things about the ID, the birth certificate, decriminalizing, knowingly passing HIV. How do you feel about those issues?
Just to be, straight to the point, people only support things that they genuinely do. Let's just be honest. Whether you know the details of a situation or not, the first thing that tells you if you'll support something is you put yourself in them shoes and you say, hey, okay, that seems like something that I agree with, because maybe I would do that. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to little boys dressing like girls, the only people who would support that is somebody who wants to be around that, who finds that sexually interesting. Let's just be honest about it. Let's just be honest. The only people that support prostitution are the people who would pay for prostitution. I don't pay for vagina, so I don't care. I don't support it because I don't engage in it. So let's just be honest about that. The only people that support rap music are people who want to listen to rap music. So I don't understand why adults, whether you white, black, or whatever, what are adults not getting about pedophiles supporting the opportunity to visually be pedophile. Let me give y'all understanding before I go into the core of what I'm saying. Women in public dress a certain way, not because they're supposed to care about what a man thinks, but because they're supposed to be aware that there are perverts out here. So the only person who would support a law of women being butt naked is a pervert.
Come on, man. Listen. Let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there.
Go ahead.
Now this the last one. This the one that I was looking for.
Wait. I gotta touch on this real quick. Before you touch on that, I gotta say something real quick, please. Before we miss this, listen, you guys. They will track you for a disease that is 99.97% survivable on your own.
Right.
But they won't track a virus that will kill you if you don't take medication every day of your life for the rest of your damn life. And a virus you can give to other people that would kill a multitude of other people. They don't track that, and they don't want to track that. Black America, you need to wake the fuck up, okay? This is deeper than rap music. You need to wake up. Like, seriously, I'm sorry, Queen. I just had to make sure I put that in there because I didn't want that to go over people's heads. You understand?
I need y'all
to understand that.
I need y'all to hear this because the majority of us watching right now are parents. This goes for mothers that are raising children on their own. This goes for fathers that's there. This goes for all of us. This goes for everyone that has school-age children. This line right here is that's still up under LGBTQ plus youth says, guaranteeing transgender students have access to facilities based on their gender identity. Now, this is what aggravates me. On his first day in office. Now, they done put up here and push this whole agenda like this is all about Black Lives Matter. But they ain't talking about doing shit for black people on the first day in office. This right here on the website says, on his first day in office, Biden will reinstate the Obama-Biden guidance revoked by the Trump-Pence administration, which will restore transgender students access to sports, bathrooms, and locker rooms in accordance with their gender identity. He will direct his Department of Education to vigorously enforce and investigate violations of transgender students' civil rights. Now, hold on a minute. I got to get in this for a minute and I'm going to bring my kings in. Now, first of all, how does somebody else's rights overrule someone else's? Now, I'm just going to say this. Now, I have a 16-year-old daughter that's still in high school. She was raised in my house with 3 sons. She got 3 brothers. Yes, they did share the same bathroom, but they never shared it at the same time. My daughter would go in the bathroom. When she came out, somebody else would go in. So to say that I would have to send my child to school for her to be exposed to something that I have kept her sheltered from her entire life. And not only that, they said that if the schools don't allow Big Willie and Little Willie in the bathroom with your daughters, don't allow Big Willie and Little Willie on the softball team with your daughter, on the swimming team with your daughter, in the locker room with your daughter where they shower and change your clothes after sports, that they're going to vigorously pursue the schools? So now you telling me that you're going to make our children, like my daughter, 16 years old, but I've kept her sheltered, like she hasn't been exposed. Why should she have to go to school? Like, first of all, I don't want her in the bathroom with a man that think he's a man. Why should she in the bathroom with a man that think he a woman just because you're a woman that allows it? I don't even want to be in the bathroom with a man myself. So why is it that we are supporting administration that's saying they want to violate our daughters' rights or our sons?
This is what people need to realize, and I'm going to be super quick. The people that are ruining society are basically evil intellectuals. They're people who know better. And not only do they know better, they know a whole lot better, and they're purposely being evil. So what we have to realize is this is no disrespect to anybody. This is facts. Homosexuality is a mental disorder. I want to remind people of that. It's a paraphilia. A paraphilia is a psychological sexual abnormality, just like people who have a feet fetish. Okay, that's a paraphilia. People who are sexually attracted to food, that's called cinephilia. It's a form of paraphilia. So pedophilia and homosexuality is a mental disorder, and pedophilia is the birthplace of homosexuality. This is why, statistically speaking, 90% of people that are homosexual have been molested as kids. So you might say, Pharaoh, where are you going with this? What does this have to do with LGBTQ? The founder of LGBTQ was a founder of NAMBLA. NAMBLA, National Association for Man-Boy Love. A pedophile founded another organization where he can convince you to allow him to get his rocks off. So you out here thinking that you allowing your kids to freely express their sexuality. And what you're not seeing is this. The same reason you shouldn't let a 16, 15-year-old girl go outside with some grown woman clothes on is less of a worse reason of why you shouldn't let a 5-year-old boy go outside with some grown woman clothes on. Because a grown-ass man is going to be looking at your 16-year-old daughter, and a grown-ass man is going to be looking at your 6-year-old son.
Come on, B.
Act like you don't see what's happening, that's on you. But once again, get the sheep. For those of us that are not sheep, let us live our life. Get these niggas, get their kids, and have fun. If they don't see what's in front of them, cool. But to those of us that are moving around, we moving around. And I'm just here, that's my message as far as this. No more games. I'm not about to be going back and forth with y'all. Y'all people are crazy. These people in the government are crazy. And you've been listening to these motherfuckers for so long, you even crazier than them. A lot of people don't realize the police is crazier than the motherfuckers they've been chasing. Y'all becoming crazier than the criminals. The citizens are becoming more crazier than a damn politic. And nobody want to say. So I'm going to just let y'all know. Do what y'all gonna do. Rape each other kids, traffic each other, vaccinate each other. Just leave the people with common sense alone. Let us walk around the chaos and live our lives.
I gotta say this too, right? You guys. There was a study by Mr. I think it's Tyrone Higgins of Berkeley, California. And he showed the abnormality in frogs that were introduced to a chemical called estrogen. It's imperative that you watch the foods that you eat. The things that you eat are not organic in nature. You are organic. You live, you die. Your body breaks down, goes back to the earth. Same bugs you squished on, they're going to eat you. But while you're here, it's imperative that you realize you're alive. You're not supposed to put a whole bunch of artificial shit into your body. A whole bunch of chemicals into your body, because a lot of these chemicals are altering the gene in your frontal lobe that makes you want to procreate with the opposite sex. Okay, and it happens within the womb. And in order for the baby to survive in this environment that's chemically filled with estrogen, because of the diets that you guys are running around and acquiring, this baby has to have this gene in this frontal lobe mutated. All right, so you guys gotta watch the food that you're eating. It's imperative. If you're unable to read what's on the back of what you're eating, I suggest you don't eat it. Apples are apples. When you get oatmeal, it should say oats. It should say organic oats. You shouldn't. When you get bread, it should say rye bread. It should tell you what flour it actually is. Period. But there shouldn't be a whole bunch of shit on there that you cannot read or even understand what it is. This is the reason why a lot of our children are currently dealing with a lot of the issues that they have. This imbalance that they're dealing with, it starts within the womb and it starts within the diet. All right, so be mindful of that. Everybody watching this right now, man, there's a lot of shit you guys are eating, and you're wondering why kids are growing extra soft nipples and shit like that. You're putting too much estrogen in your children, and it's going to have an adverse effect. Your diet that you eat has an adverse effect on the children that you have within your body as well. So please be mindful of the food that you're giving your kids.
That's right.
And that's so true. I mean, I think that I've watched it. We need to be more mindful, but the education is the issue. And that's why we need to begin to build in our own community so we can make sure that we being taught these things, because they're not teaching us this. They're not teaching
And
our kids this in
why?
school. Y'all know they're not teaching our kids this in school because they didn't teach us this in school. We didn't learn nothing about financial literacy. We didn't learn nothing about credit. We didn't learn nothing about nothing. And by the time when I was coming up in school, like I remember like 8th grade, we had like hands-on training. We had technical schools. And then after that, it was like all of the technical schools disappeared. So we need to make sure that we are empowering our community. We are teaching our community. And I think that the work is up to us. You guys have been so awesome on this show. I'm getting ready to wrap up. I'm going to let you guys close out with anything else that you want to say. If you guys have any questions.
I love y'all. That's it. I love you. I love you all. I love you. Pharaoh, it was always a pleasure seeing you. The people keep asking for us to do a record. We said we might do that for y'all.
Hold up. They talk about they gonna do a record. They don't know I got skills. Hold up, man. Y'all gonna have to put me on the hook. Don't leave me out. To everybody that donated tonight to the Cash App, if you didn't donate, y'all go make sure y'all get that $5. Come on, give up your little Big Mac or your chicken nuggets or something like that. Your candy from the store. We're just asking you to sacrifice for us for one time. If I can get all of my followers that's on my Instagram and my Twitter to just donate $5 to help us out, and I promise you guys, you will see results. I will let you hold me accountable. We'll be putting up videos so you guys can follow us. We'll be going live into the community center. We are hoping to be able to open the first of the year. So everybody, remember, we're going to leave you with this. Each one, teach one. It's no longer up to the government. It's up to us, and that's why we are starting these platforms so that we can empower and we can educate young Pharaoh. Tony, we're going to go to you. You guys can take us out. Thanks, everybody, for being on the show. I appreciate all the support, you guys.
That's right. I mean, I'm going to be real quick with it. I love being in the presence of you both. And I'm going to just simply tell people to use common sense. Common sense is simply the things that you sense with your 5 physical senses on a common level. And what is something that we know? Stranger danger is real. And if you wouldn't spend the night at their house, why would you let them make sense for your children? Also, you can't spend the night at these people's house because you don't even know who the hell they are. So you have to ask yourself, who are these people imposing these policies that you don't even know their names or their ages? So I'm going to need for black people to wake up, and I'm going to need for everybody to wake up, not just black people, but because I live next door to some white people, and one of them told me he can't wait till they get the vaccine. And I probably never want to talk to them again. So it's not just black people, it's white people too. But I'm talking to my people. Black people need to wake up, okay, and ask yourself, who got you? You don't know. You just doing everything you told to do. And that's what makes you stupid. And so I'm going to end here. If you walk yourself to the slaughterhouse, go ahead. But I will not take that trip with you. I'm telling you right now, you on your way to the slaughterhouse. Now, you can look good on your way there. You can have your Birkin bag and your Gucci's and your toxic ass nigga or your toxic ass broad. And that's going to be a fashionable death.
Okay, so you guys, I'm sorry, Angela. It's called respect. I'm very open-minded to both sides. And and it's really crazy that we're sitting here talking about the left and the right side. That's something that I've never agreed with. Like, I believe that there shouldn't be any sides. Like, everyone should just, if we're talking about equality, focus on equality as human beings. So I believe that we don't have a right to judge anyone, like, seriously, when it comes to, as she spoke about the LGBTQ community, you could hear from the remarks of, like, how she's LGBTQ plus this and that, just the way she's saying it sarcastically it's disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about waking up. It's about respect. The whole thing is about respect. These guys are stuck back in the Stone Age days. It also brings peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you respect someone, that's what's going to bring the peace that they're preaching about. Who are we to tell someone who they are or how to feel? I believe that they are reading into this way too much. It's very ignorant to control other people's lives, to judge people pretty much based on who they love. It's just pure ignorance. And to call all gays pedophiles is pure stupidity. Now, that's the part that was angering me the most, you guys, was that, like, they're trying to attach pedophilia to homosexuality. What the you know what? I'm not even gonna go deep into that. But you're attaching hate to something you don't like just because you don't like it. And that's what they were talking about. Listening to the whole segment was just a bunch of like pretty much gay bashing, but they're trying to sugarcoat it, you know? And they're talking about what's imperative. No, what's imperative is that you do your research when it comes to the LGBTQ community. I don't care that they worship Trump. Like, it doesn't even bother me that these are a bunch of people that are upset that Trump did not win and that they support the hell out of Trump. That doesn't bother me. But what bothers me is the ignorant hate spewing from their mouths about the gay community and the disrespect and the lack of education, the lack of knowledge that they have. You know, they want to talk about education, but they're not educating themselves about the LGBTQ community. Excuse me, you guys. So then the way, you know, just every time I hear Angela in her lives or her interviews or podcasts, anything that she does, she's always talking down about the LGBTQ community. And then it's very disturbing as well because she has a son that is in the community. Her son is in the community. But, you know, they need to stop acting like black people ain't woke because we don't believe in the stupid foolishness that they're talking about and the hate and shit that they're on here trying to feed and push down everyone's throat. I couldn't really finish listening to the ignorant shit because, you know, they were just yelling a bunch of ignorance and spewing hate. So it was just a little bit too much for me. I don't know. What do you guys think? And also, you guys, I have to backpedal off of her saying that she wants peace and unity. It's confusing to me that she would talk about unity and peace, but the horrible things that she says about the LGBTQ community. You know, it's the total opposite. Then she tries to distract people from the horrible situation going on at the border. I have not really looked into it further, but I know from before, from all the things that we heard, you know, it still was, you know, pretty shitty down there because of the rules that the new law that Trump, you know, instated. So, you know, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm floored at half of the shit that she was saying. But like I said, she tries to distract people from the horrible situation going on at the border by talking about helping our community. Okay, that goes without saying. We all know that. That's a conversation that's been had many times, you know. So to try and lessen someone else's struggle because they're not black, I don't agree with. She keeps pandering, and we can't keep saying unity, 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 but then we're preaching about diversity and only focusing on our struggles. You know, how about we care about everyone as human beings, about people as a whole? You know what I'm saying? So that's my issue with her. It's like she'll say some cool stuff, you know, some things that make sense, some things that I can get with, but then she'll turn around and then she starts spewing a bunch of hate. It's like, hey, we don't care about the people suffering over here at the border. We care, what about our black people? What about our black community? Yeah, we do care about our black community. But at the same time, we're not going to sit here and say, oh, well, screw the people over there at the border. Screw them because, you know, they're not black or their struggle isn't harder than ours. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree with that. I can't get down with that. So I think she needs to, if she's going to practice unity, peace, and love, it needs to be for all mankind. No matter what race you are, no matter what side, this left and right shit it's beyond me. Like I said, I don't have a left or right. I love you based on you. Like what you give, your characteristics, who you are. Not your beliefs and what you agree with, what you disagree with. Because the old saying, like my mother used to say, learn to agree to disagree. We're all in this world different. We're all going to have our own opinions. We're all going to think for ourselves, hopefully, for some of us. But anyway, you guys, yeah, that's how I feel about that. So I just wanted to let you guys know you know, that pretty much Angela's still Angela. So, I mean, I can respect her for standing by what she says, even if I agree with it or not. You know, she just stands by who she is and her characteristics. But this was just odd, you guys. I was listening to it, and I'm just like, you know what? I need to share this with you guys to see what you guys think, or, you know, just so you guys can, anyone wants to challenge her on this, or, you know, she's open to conversation. I've talked to her myself. I've challenged her on a few things, and I'm not saying it has to be in a negative way, because you could challenge someone in a positive and just, you know, educate them, or they educate you, however it goes, but it doesn't necessarily have to be negative. So, you know, you guys can check it out and, you know, see for yourselves. There might be some of you guys who support her in some of the stuff that she says, and some of it is just plain ignorance. I will be real. It doesn't take from the fact that I do like Angela as a person. I just don't like some of the shit that she says. So, yeah. All right, you guys. So that wraps up today's podcast. And don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification button for your next video. And with that, I am out. Peace.